What's good, y'all? This your boy Joe Cliff. We on the outside looking in. Let's talk about what we see. URL, Ultimate Rap League. What the hell? What are we doing? What are we doing? URL, what are we doing? I understand contractual obligations and things of that nature, but some of these things are starting to not make no sense whatsoever. If you just had a stream yesterday that hit 1 million views, stream, the highest viewed stream on Caffeine to date. Let me think about this. Why wouldn't you want Sue Surf versus Cortez to be streamed? Why wouldn't you want to go back-to-back days with Kings versus Queens, day 2 being streamed, and still being able to capitalize off the app because a lot of people don't have Caffeine still? I understand that you guys are trying to corner the market. You left YouTube, so there's certain obligations and there's certain pockets that you're trying to tap into and capitalize off of, but it's making it hard for us fans to actually focus and tap into all the different outlets and perspectives and the pockets and the the apps and things of that nature where these things is going down. Like I was on Caffeine for almost an hour today waiting for URL to pop up, and then Vixen popped up, was like, day 2 is gonna be an app only event. Civil War next week. We got Sue Surf versus Cortez, DNA and Official versus Jack Boy and First Lady Flames, Dot versus Swamp, and a couple other battles on that card where we'll probably capitalize. Like, honestly, I wouldn't say that's a 1 million view stream, but I would say that is a highly streamed, that will be a highly streamed battle. So as far as like Caffeine, and then yesterday Caffeine, the stream was actually the clearest and ran at its best that it's been. There wasn't too much lagging, there wasn't no booting me out or anything like that. I did update the app had an update, and I guess the update is working, so that's kind of fire too. But just everything being everywhere at different times is kind of confusing, and it's making it very, very hard for us as the consumers and things of that nature. It's making it hard for us to tap into all these things. Like, it goes to a point, like, why would I actually want the app if I have Caffeine? But you have to have all of it, because at one point, like yesterday, there was a Caffeine event, they ran the event, then today is supposed to be day 2. You have Fonz versus Shuni, fire battle. You got Shotgun Suge versus Miss Miami, another fire battle. You got JC versus C3. Like, come on, why wouldn't you want to stream these? Why wouldn't you want these to be live streamed? These are all battles that have the potential to, bring them numbers in and continue to run. So I don't know, man. This whole Caffeine, this whole corporate business that's going on, it's a little confusing. I understand it, but then again, I don't understand it. Like, I understand the money aspect and, tapping into all different resources and generating income from all different types of resources. But it's also a little hard. It's also, a little complicated and confusing for the average user. Good thing I'm not the average user. I'm not the average consumer as far as when it comes to music and just being on digital platforms and things of that nature. So I know how things go. Like, even with my podcast type thing, like, I listen to different podcasts. Like, I'm a big fan of the Joe Budden podcast, but it would benefit me more to actually have Patreon than Spotify, when his podcast does play on all streaming platforms, but there's podcasts on Spotify that I can't listen to on Patreon, and then there's content on Patreon that I can't get from the Joe Budden podcast that would never be on Spotify or YouTube. So it's very complicated. Like, they just dropped the Sue Surf episode on Spotify Friday morning, I think it was Friday morning or Saturday morning. That was a fire episode. Surf's podcasting skills is crazy. Just going off on a little tangent. Like, they throw him in the middle of the podcast and he just starts going crazy. He's like, he has the gift of gab. You could put him on any topic. He could, you know what I'm saying? And he's gonna get it done. Said he's the hood Yoda. I'm starting to believe it. So big shouts out to Sue Surf doing big things. But like I said, and then that's another thing. You have people like Sue Surf that's tapping into different pockets, different, you know what I'm saying? He's on different platforms, and this is actually bringing more eyes to battle rap. Like, I just seen him retweet some lady that's like a Sirius XM. She's a Sirius XM podcast host, but she's like a political podcast host, and she listens to Sue Surf as the rapper. So like, it's crazy. Like, you have eyes on you from everywhere. So I just think it should be a little bit more accessible, a little bit more easy for the average consumer. There should be a little bit more communication as far as how these things is gonna work, because from my knowledge, I'm hearing that Civil War will not be on Caffeine next week. So don't look for it. Don't go looking for it. It is an app-only event. It is an in-building event. So if you don't have tickets for it, you won't be able to see it until it drops on the app. And, you know, maybe I'm a little spoiled. Maybe I'm so used to getting all these events. Like, you know, we had a Drake event. Like, the Drake card was crazy. Like, cards like that. Mook versus Tay-Rock. Tay-Rock versus Daylight. Like, battles like that I actually was able to see for free. Whereas about 5 years ago, I'm having to pay for the pay-per-view and things of that nature, or wait for them YouTube drops. You know, wait for that special Christmas day when Smack blesses us with a Sue Surf drop or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so maybe I'm just a little spoiled as the consumer, but I am also a paying consumer. I am a paying customer, so I have say in what's going on, honestly. That's how I feel. If I'm paying my money, then that means that I have stock in what's going on, is stock in this product, as far as me putting my dollar towards this product. So I want to make sure this product is the best product that I'm receiving, that I'm getting my dollar's worth for. Not saying that I'm not getting my dollar's worth for it, but hey, I'm just saying. So big shouts out to the URL. I hope we figure this thing out as far as the events being on different platforms, and just shaking things up as far as, like, you know, Caffeine or the app only event. No free promo, but yo, this orange cream soda, some of the best stuff ever. Some of the best stuff ever. But yeah, just a little more clarity, please, a little more clarity as far as these events and what's going to be going on, because I was really looking forward to this day 2 card, honestly. And, you know, it's a little more, it's like a, let me see, it's like a gift and a curse, I would say, because with the app only drops, I could, like, you know what I'm saying, not a lot of people are willing to pay that for that app. So people like me were able to capitalize and watch these battles, and then come and report to you guys and let you guys get our perspective on how the battles went, you know what I'm saying, firsthand. But that's another thing too, like, a lot of people's not able to see these battles, so they just got to take the word of, because I don't know, if, like, a lot of people don't want to pay that $7.99 and things of that nature, you know? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's just figure this out. Let's figure this out, because it's kind of hard. But big shout out to the URL. Another successful battle rap weekend. Yesterday, Kings versus Queens, day 1. Today was day 2. Next week, they're on a tear though, because next week they have the Civil War card. Then the following week they have To Live and Die in LA card, which is another app only event. I don't know when the next Caffeine event will be for, as far as URL battles. Big shout out to RBE too. RBE been dropping the straight to it battles on YouTube. YouTube's been getting a lot of pull too. I think I think some of the battles off of the Kings versus Queen might be hitting YouTube too. I was seeing Charlie Clips was talking a little bit about YouTube drops and things of that nature. And he's one of the key people that actually has been trying to get YouTube drops lately. Surf's been doing his YouTube thing, Midnight Madness. So battles on YouTube really haven't left. It's just the biggest market as far as URL. They left YouTube, so you would think that would leave a void, but nobody really capitalized off that yet, because you still have battles like Geechee Gotti and Loaded Lux that, you know what I'm saying, that's on YouTube, that comes and does 1 million, where you have battles on other leagues that can't crack 100,000. So I guess the YouTube market as far as battle rap is still for URL, but they're just not capitalizing on it no more. Even with the Snake Eyes battle and the Twerk battle, I wouldn't say that's directly a URL thing, but you know what I'm saying? If you want to be technical, it is a branch off of URL. They are URL battlers. It is ran by URL staff, if you want to be technical. So, you know what I'm saying? For Twerk and Snake Eyes to crack 200,000 in one day, and you have battles on, you know what I'm saying, RBE, you got battles on King of the Dot, you got battles on Gates of the Garden that can't even crack 50K, 100K. It's crazy. So big shouts out to URL, man. They're the #1 in, you know, as far as battle rap, and they're killing. You can't copy respect. So big shouts out to Smack and everybody over there at the URL. Big shouts out to RBE. Big shouts out to KOTD, Gates of the Garden, all the battle leagues out there that's putting on and, you know, keeping this thing circulating and generating and taking it to the next level. Because if you pay attention, that's probably one of the main problems as far as drops when it comes to caffeine, the URL app and YouTube, is the business behind it. So there's been a lot of big business behind battle rap, and you can see that, and you can notice that, and a lot of people are starting to try to jump in and get their foot inside battle rap. You've seen that where Roan and Barstool, they just had the compliment battles and things of that nature. So battle rap is big business right now. And hopefully it transitions to us guys right here, us little guys at the bottom, where we're able to report and talk these type of things and just make it a little bit easy for the casual listener to digest. So big shouts out to battle rap in general for, you know, starting to feed us, put up plates on the table, and we're gonna eat. But this is your boy Joe Cliff. Let me know what you guys think about that too, because I know a lot of people, I'm not the only one that was looking forward to the Kings versus Queens Day 2 and the confusion as far as when it's gonna be just a URL drop, or when it's caffeine streamed, or if it's gonna go to YouTube, because that's another thing. The Geechee Gotti and Loaded Lux was just like a surprise. It was like, oh, surprise YouTube drop. We got Geechee Gotti versus Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? Then it dropped. So let me know what you guys think about that, and just holler at me. It's your boy Joe Cliff. Make sure you like these videos. Make sure you comment, share, subscribe. We gotta get these things generating. We gotta put my name in the algorithm so I can start algorithming and get intertwined and mixed up with all the other bigger names, and you know what I'm saying, get more views, and you know, we start building brick by brick. No RBE, but this your boy Joe Cliff. Holler at me.